Hello guys, hello. Good morning. Let's analyze this today's market. We have a great reaction from this fair value gap. This daily FVG. Let me mark this as in red. And let's mark the this this low. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have taken out the last 3 days look back liquidity, and we have a big wick on a daily, so we have to use as a quadrant for the target purpose. Graded swing. Okay, so the 50% level will be the important one, this one wick CE. Okay, now on a RTH chart, mm, on a 5 minute, we do have this equal lows. This will be the session liquidity, and this is the session liquidity again, and this is the buy side session liquidity. After this sell side, we do have a fair value gap, so we can get a reaction if we have a deeper retracement, or if we distribute to the downside. We can also look for this FEG as an draw if we break this wick completely. On 15-minute chart, we just have London has make a high of the day at a 4 o'clock. The pre-market has a big expansion, and this is the wick we can look for as a draw. And at this level, if you see, we also have a swing low. This is what I'm looking for. It is a large range day. If you check it, we have a manipulation to the upper side, and then if you check the 830, we don't have a big manipulation, right? Only the stop run, and we distributed to the downside. So today is the same price action as we have yesterday. I want to see how the price is going to react and everything. We are not going to force any trade this week. This week was literally, it was really hard for me to also read the price action. If you check, this was the Tuesday, uh, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So most likely it is going to go for a downside only. And we are also had a market structure shift over here after running a stop run. So this is the dealing range. So our target should be this low and this low. This one will be the short term target, this low, this week, daily week CE. We have a failure swings on this high, and this is the 830 high RTH chart. And the one more thing, if you check, this is the breaker. So high, higher high, lower low. So whenever you have a breaker in a opening range gap, the most of the time this gap is not going to fill fully. So I'm considering this thing as an if we have some reaction to this, then we are going to distribute to the downside. And in this range, which is the breaker, the down close candle before going to the upside. So this is the beefy candle we can consider as a breaker, bearish breaker. This breaker. Sync. We did not sync this thing. Or chart. Okay. Inside this breaker, if we have a stop run till this high, okay, and if we get some kind of reaction to the continuation to the downside, it will be interesting. By the way, my sound is coming proper, right? Hello, Kush. And let me use this opening range gap. Okay. So whenever you have a opening range gap and you have this fair value gaps, those are the important one. And most of the time they are going to be what to say, reprise again. So we do have this FVG, and I think we have a fair value gap on 5 minute. This 5 minute bearish FVG, and let me sync this thing in layout. Okay, so this is the only FVG we are going to consider, and we do have a two FVGs. After 9:30 we have taken out this sell side. Now we are taking a buy side. We are waiting for the reaction if we get it. uh, if I don't use the uh, let me filter out this thing. Okay, suppression level. Hello, now it is good. Yeah, there is the one bearish FVG, and we tap to it. Okay, and we took this low and this low. Yesterday I wanted to have this low as a target, but today we hit those targets. Yesterday my bias was correct, but if you check how much price action has struggled. Yeah, and we again have a big distribution at pre in overnight. So in this condition I really don't trade. Okay, I just watch the price action, and if I see some really good uh, reaction from big time frame like 15 minute or 1 hour. Okay, so this is the fair value gap on 15 minute, right? If I get a good reaction, then only I will like to trade in my bearish direction. Otherwise I will just wait and I will check how the price is going to react on those levels. mm, IFEG, my okay, so we was inside day bar also. We have taken out this sell side. Okay, this one, and price can revisit this high also, the midnight opening price also, if price is so aggressive, because it did not respected this gap, this breaker. And now, which is the nearest drawn liquidity, this buy side liquidity, and this buy side liquidity, session liquidities. No, we don't have any bearish bearish signature yet, and I'm not looking for bearish now. I will just wait. Rejection is so wild right now. Yeah, because it can be because we don't have any uh, this. We did not tap to the fair value gap also. Yeah, we will wait for the news first, and then we will check it. We have got a lot of time. It just happened. We just had 7 minutes after market open. We also have a news at 10 o'clock. The 9:45 we have a PMI, and when you have a the thing is when you have a in a one session when you have a multiple news like in three red folders, then it is really hard because the market is going to go for the buy side, sell side. It is going to take a multiple buy stops and sell stops in a both the direction when you have a multiple folders. We have taken out the pre-market high, okay, and also if you check the ES, we have not taken out this high, but Nasdaq has done this thing, session by side liquidity, okay, and this is the and also we tap to the yesterday's opening range gap CE. Yeah, we do have a SMT. Yes, if ES has shown some kind of bearishness, then only we can confirm some. But yeah, this is the 930 low, and if market distribute to the downside after taking this low, it will be this as a target. Yeah, because to close the 15-minute candle, we still have a 5 minute. That's why the this CIST is still not confirmed, and also how this fair value gap is going to react. That is the most important thing. So I will mark this as an orange. Do you long the silver? Yeah, it is. We always have to check what the higher time frame is telling you. Then you have to check which PDR is really respecting. Like right now, we are respecting this as a fair value gap, right? And we can also look for this as an buy side liquidity. We have a failure swings over here, and this is the lunch hour. Also, this 24,937. That's why I don't like to predict the market. I always wanted to see how the market is going to react. And we was below the 8:30 and midnight, because if you have a okay, let's say if you have a bias, and if you marry that bias, then it will be hard in trading because Because look, I was expecting some kind of reaction, but I did not get it. This is what I'm saying. Do we get the reaction from 15 minute? We don't get it. Yeah, it is not a good idea. But this change in state of delivery and this FEG we respected. This is the lunch hour high. This is what I was showing you. This liquidity will be the session one, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And also we have a failure swing, so this was the good setup. GG guys, if you have taken out this setup. Right now we are trading to the this gap, okay, this fair value gap on a 15 minute, and let me check the daily. So we can revisit the daily fair value gap also, because we are really near to the this thing, but this is the high resistance liquidity run, because we have made a higher high. We can get some kind of reaction if we create the fair value gap, okay. If someone has long on this order block and they have not closed on the lunch hour high, and if you check, market has literally tapped to this high, and now we are getting a reaction. This is not a random. We want to see how the price is reacting from this liquidity, and do we create any order block or not. And also we have to check how much fair value gap we are respecting. Yesterday's price action, if you check, yesterday FVG was not getting respected, and this was the first signature we got. Yeah, you this is how you have to analyze the price action. And this is the intraday high, okay. This high, the high I have marked right now, sync in a layout. When the down close candle is tapping to the fair value gap, okay, and when we are getting a change in state of delivery in a one single candle with a very strong distribution, and we are below to the midnight, and also we tap to the 8:30, this is how you are going to find out the highs setups. But you need to know what is your targeting, because I know what is my nearest drawn liquidity. This was my nearest drawn liquidity, right? And then if now we are supporting this fair value gap, right? Once we close this order block, what we can look for? We can look for this high. I hope you understand how I read the price action, and I only mark the key levels like session liquidities, not the random highs and lows. And I also check which PDA is working, which PDA is working. Like, do we like this fair value gap? Do this fair value gap worked for us or not? I also check like this. Okay, and if you check the RTH, this high is important. Okay, this is the session liquidity. Always keep in mind this high. That's why I always tell you, you have to refer the what is happening on RTH and liquidity levels, and then you can trade those levels in a ATH. It is not confusing, but once you start doing this, then you exactly know which liquidity you're going to refer. And we have tapped to the yesterday's opening range gap high. Okay, and I think we are also going to tap this high. ES is a it is not bullish because if you check the NAS, we already almost hit this buy side liquidity, and we also traded to the opening range gap high of yesterday. And we was having a 945 as a news. Okay, after the news we have taken out the short term high. I want to see how the price is reacting. This fair value gap is important. Let me check, do we have any 5-minute fair value gap? This is the breaker and this is the IFVG, like in Reaper discount period. If market goes to this, if we distribute to the downside, if we disrespect this fair value gap, then maybe we can again going to trade the opening range gap high and ORG. But for now, this setup was wonderful. Okay, from this to this, and we have taken out this as an high. So you don't have to force your analysis, and you don't have to force, okay, market should go to the daily FEG. We just have an idea, and now let's see that idea is. Let me check the ES. ES literally does not have a liquidity. This is what I can see. Okay, so and we also have a big SMT. That is another thing. The, I we was having a order block right over here. I don't know what happened right now. This this is not a order block. Something weird happened on Turdweight. Okay, so we disrespected this gap. We are going to look for this low IFG and also this discount FGs. And let me mark the first presented favorite again. Refine FGs. Okay. And we also have SMT on a smaller time frame also. Check this. ES has not taken out this high and Nasdaq has done this. This is the IFG. If we flip to this gap and if we close the body, this will be the IFG, and let's see if we can do a small scalp or not. Till this low and the opening range gap low. If we close the body on this side 75%, then we are going to trade this low, this CE, and then we can again we are going to trade back to the this first presented fair value gap. But let me change it. First presented, because we do have a SMT with ES. After taking a multiple buy side liquidity. On a 5 minute, there was a small fair value gap, if you see. Okay, and I also wanted to see, do we create any auto blocks like a small change in state of delivery in this run. If price react to this IFAG, and if we make some kind of change in state of delivery like this, we have did this change in state of delivery, then only we are going to trust this as an IFAG. This is what I like to trade if we have a CISD, because the first big time frame is bullish for now. We only have a SMT with ES. And if we close this up with a body, it will be auto block. Let's see. 24,841. I was in a long that 930 sweep my ass in, and where you was long on this breaker. This is not a good setup, bro, because you already know that most of the time the 930 is going to do a manipulation. So where the manipulation is happening, if you have a opposite side of direction distribution, this is the simplest setup you can trade. Don't have to do this. This is the 15 minute, because 15 minute we tapped the breaker block, and what the price action is showing me right now. And if you check, I told you we have a higher resistance liquidity run, and we also have the gap, so we are going to get some kind of reaction. And what was the key level over there? It was the session liquidity of the the lunch hour high, the London lunch hour high. I will be back in 5 minutes, 2 minutes max. Hello, I am back. If you check, the price action is not even breaking this low. Okay, we will wait for the more information. By the way, my voice is loud, right? I did some settings. Yeah, we can also wait because just needed 2 minutes more. Okay, okay, Aditya. Maybe I need to have a good mic because I bought this mic for the $100. It is the Fidius S40 Plus. If anyone know the good mic, then you can tell me. Can you share your background color? It is so dope. Okay, this is the background color. We have a great reaction from this order block. Okay, and also we did not close below this. Now what can happen, we also did not had a strong order block, and now that we have this great thing. Let me check it what the price action is doing. We have a news at 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock news has done this thing. Let me check the 5 minute. Okay, on this FEG, we have not tapped this FEG. Okay, uh, ES has did is- did this thing. So we have a minor SMT with PD array. This FEG. So might we don't tap it, and we can distribute to the upper side to this current daily high, and we have this as an IFEG again, and also we have a market structure shift over here. So there is no minor stop run. We only have this stop run in news. We tap to the opening range gap high, and boom. This price action is so fucking wild, and did what I wanted to, and we repriced this daily FEG, and we also tapped this daily high. Now I don't know where the market is going to go. Okay, there was a news at 10 o'clock. That's why we have flipped this thing. We had a stop run, and we was also, I think the market can go to this high in future. By the way, do you like how I check check the PD arrays and how I react on those things? How I take some kind of confirmation? if price is not doing what I wanted to do, like we was waiting for this order block, but we never had it, the change in state of delivery. And we was also checking this IFEG is going to work or not, right? And then after the news, after the 9:59, we had a stop run, and we also check the quickly. Do we have any SMT? Yeah, exactly. I like to wait if yeah, it was the rocket, and rocket got fueled by taking a stop loss, and the people those who were short, they have taken their stop loss in 1 second. And I think, okay, if I was into this short, okay, let's say I'm telling you, my exit was not here because this this candle was so fast because I checked this thing in a live, okay, in front of you guys. The stop loss will be over here or over here somewhere because price action is so fast, and I know the trade about how it behave. Once the price action has taken out the major drawn liquidity, the buy side liquidity, and also we also taken out this Thursday high. Yeah, it will not have been. Yeah, exactly. Once the market has taken out this major highs, then I don't know where the market is going to go. I already called the price action from this order block to this, right? And then again, I said I was waiting for this change in state of delivery. We did not get the change in state of delivery, right? And then I was waiting for this order block. We had a change in this market structure shift, and then we flipped this gap. And our nearest drawn liquidity was this, and intraday liquidity was this, and we revisit the daily FEG again. So market has taken out the major liquidity. uh, if market is going to do a continuation or reversal, I don't know, because I have called the market beforehand. You can check the commentaries. Let me check the how the 4 hour candle is. We have a big week, okay, and let's check. ES also took this high, and we was created this bullish FEG, if you see. And yeah, this was the wild price action, and the Nasdaq has done the comeback till this high. It was a wild price action, but yeah, the today's read was really good as compared to yesterday. Yesterday was not my day, and I also don't like the yesterday's price action because the FEGs was not respecting completely. Not the single FEG reacted good like this one. I only trade the futures, only the Nasdaq. Okay, so yeah, I do the Lucid, Tradify, and MyFunded futures. Those are the three prop firms I'm working right now. Right now, if you are going to buy any Lucid account, you can buy for the $65. The 50K account you are going to get for the $65. It is right now 50% is discount is available. I don't know who is giving you the $65 50K account, because if you check the MyFunded futures and other firms, you need to pay like an $87 or $91 at least. Thank you very much, bro. No, after taking a buy side liquidity, you don't have to look. You don't need to, because look, market has taken out the multiple buy side liquidity, the session liquidity, the London lunch hour liquidity, then current day high liquidity. It was the London liquidity. Okay, again, and we also taken out the Thursday high. So market has taken out the three liquidities, three major liquidities. And once the market has taken out the three liquidities, you don't have to do anything. Otherwise, you will be chop chop. This is how you have to filter out. Should I take a trade or not? Then only you are going to understand this thing. By the way, if you like the today's live stream, can you please hit the like button? 50 people are watching me, and only the 11 people has liked this live stream. It will be helpful for me. And this is the range high. Okay, this is the range high. If you know the range high and low concept, I don't wanted to disclose this thing, but I have taken the enough. Okay, yeah, from many CFD firms, and also from futures. But you cannot do anything, because if you are breaking some rules, then it is rule, right? Because look, let's think like this. If someone is giving you, okay, I'm going to pay you to do this if you are hitting some kind of percentage in just $200 or $100 account, or right now the, let's say the lucid $65 account, and they have a consistency rule, and if in an evaluation, and they are saying you have to make this much money, then only we are going to pay, then only we are going to pay you. And if you got any payout, let's say you just invested like $87, and if you got a single payout also, bro, you are already getting almost like an, let's say, 10x. Because if you if you take the $1,500 payout, okay, on a 50K account, on a one single account, it will be it has already the 14 RR, 14x return you have get. This is how you have to consider this prop firm. You always have to check how much you are putting and how much you are getting. Don't have to consider this as an live trading account, like this is your personal account, or this is my personal trading account. Because on a personal trading account you don't have any rules. In my funded futures, lucid and 35, these three firms. I tried the apex and I have blown accounts over there because of the trailing trailing date trailing drawdown. Apex is good for the people those who are just scalping, or the negative RR peoples. But once you hit the $2,500, then you don't have to struggle with those rules. If you see the phase 10 issue, um, you have to open a current account, okay, individual current account, and you have to tell them that I'm doing a commission business or a service business, service provider, because you're not trading with a live account, you're basically trading with a demo account. So you are not breaking any FEMA rules, I think, because you are also not investing in any USD live future accounts, right? You are basically trading the demo account and you are just providing your analysis to this firm. Uh, 29, 2016, 17 core content is the most important thing. Then you have to look for the 22, and once you finish the 22, the 2023 is most important mentorship, I can tell you. But if you ask me, I have watched the every mentorship, but I'm only using really less things like liquidity, fair value gaps, and I only observe the price action, how the PDRAs are respecting. Bro, there is not a good or bad bank, but it is up to you. You have to figure out this thing. You have to go to the CA and check it. Yeah, I don't like to use everything in a ICT. I just check where the price action is going. If you check my all the live stream, I always check, okay, I have my bias. Let's say I was having this bias. I was thinking, okay, we can distribute to the downside, right? But I was also checking, okay, after the 9:30, how the price action is reacting. If you tell me, okay, you was bearish, why you did not short it over here, bro? If you check this bullish price action, and you already see we already flipped this fair value gap, and this fair value gap, then who is the fucking idiot that he's going to short on this FEG or any other thing? And now you tap this FEG, and we have a change in state of value. If the price was flipping this FEG, then we was looking for the continuation to the downside. But what the price action has done, it completely filled this gap. We already have a manipulation over here and change in state of delivery. So what was the nearest drawn liquidity? The London lunch high. Yeah, everyone have their bias. You have to respect what you're looking for on daily. If you check the daily chart before this, okay, uh, you was also, if I was there, I was also preferring that market should go downside, right? Because the 15-minute was done, the daily profile was the London high has done the manipulation. We have a breaker and everything. You have to check it, bro, how the price action is reacting, how the price is reacting on that area. If price is not doing what you want, you can flip your bias. You can check the what is the nearest drawn liquidity on RTH. This one, I don't like to consider this small one paper, two paper FEG. I consider this the big fair value gap. And once the price has taken out the multiple buy side liquidity, you have to you don't have to trade again in this range. If you're doing this thing, and first of all you already miss your opportunity, and now you wanted to trade in a consolidation, or either the reversal, or either you're going to catch the high of the day or the low of the day. Don't have to do this after taking out the multiple buy side liquidity, because I don't know where the market is going after taking a buy side liquidity, because we have tapped to the three major liquidities. Yeah, because bro, price has done the already the big thing. It has distributed to the almost how much pips? It has distributed 400 points. Then I don't want like I don't prefer in a one session the price action is going to go for the 700 800 pips. You have to backtest the how much in a AM session, in a NYAM session, what is the average dealing range, or the dealing range, I mean how much points Nasdaq has moved in a one session. And you don't have to check for the one day, you have to check for the, let's say, for the 2 years data. Then only you're going to know that usually the Nasdaq is going for the 200 points, and it also go for the 400 points, and you only need to have a 70 to 80 points if you, yeah. And how long does it take to become consistent? Bro, it took me like an, you can also call the 3 years. And I took a payout, but I was not consistent. For the consistent, bro, you need to be a discipline in your own life. And the discipline, you are not going to struggle in a charting. Okay, you're not going to struggle at deciding the bias or narrative or any kind of model. You're going to be the main problem with the profitability is like, if you're once you take a loss, let's say if I take a loss, how I'm going to react on that loss? Because in the next day, on the next day, I'm going to make a profit. But if I was doing gambling on the previous day because I had a bad day, let's say yesterday, let's say if I was taking a loss and I was doing a gambling, then basically I'm going to blow that account, right? You have to be disciplined. You have to, means you don't have to trade the multiple pairs. This is what I think. If you're doing the day trading or scalping, you have to check the how the one pair how it move in a session. Yeah, this is what you have to do. You have to figure out what is it, what kind of discipline you have, and you have to be disciplined. You have to check what kind of model you are using, how you read the price action. If price has already moved for the 200 to 400 points, and if you're still trying to trade this range, then basically you just wanted to make a money, right? You're not patient enough. It is really not good. Previously, previous year was really good. Previous year it was the good price action. But this year and the market is so fucked up. This range, this is the really fucked up range. Like nobody can predict any market. Like you can look for the scalp, but if you ask me what is your daily bias for the long term, I don't know, because what market can do. it can flip this gap. This we can have a market structure shift again, and we can continue to the buy side liquidity and this buy side liquidity. So anything can happen. That's why I only wanted to know what the price action is going to do in a session, and where is the liquidity, where is the nearest drawn liquidity. I don't look for the okay market is going to go for this side or this side. I always check, okay, we can go for this low or this low. And on a 15 minute I like to check it, how many days liquidity we have taken out. If you check that Friday was the first, second, and third, so we have taken out the 3 days liquidity already. And yesterday I was saying I wanted to see the price action to take out this low, and then I want to see how the price action is going to react. This is what I'm saying. You have to react on a price action. You don't have to predict, because if you are going to predict, then it is not going to be good. Because this is what I have learned so far. I always check what the price action is doing after tapping to that key area, like this FEG. And once the price has tapped to this, then I check. Okay, we had we had a three PD arrays. The 5 minute was bullish. The 1 minute is bullish. Okay, and do we have a change in state of delivery inside the after taking a fair value gap? Yeah, we do have it. And then I check for the nearest drawn liquidity, like in session liquidity. This is simply I check in for the target and for the trading. I confirm my Most of the time I confirm my bias with the change in state of delivery. If price is struggling like this, if you check what I said over here, in a IFG, if we have a change in state of delivery, then we can look for this low, and we can also trade back to the CE and this FEG. But if you check, we did not did this, so we don't have the confirmation, and we flip this gap. We had a stop run, then, and we also saw we have a SMT with ES, right? Then we switch our bias because we don't have a confirmation. Just because we made a IFG, it does not mean like okay, you have to short. Do we have a change in state of delivery? This is what I look for the in a price action, because the main change in state of delivery was this low, and we don't have it. I hope you get it how I trade. My model is simple. I just check the change in state of delivery or IFGs for entry, but after the confirmation, I also wait for the higher time frame key level and how it is going to react. This is what I look for. By the way, the 34 people are watching me. Can you please hit the like button if you think this is the important topic? uh Previously, I was not having money for the 1.5 years. So, and no, I used to have it, but not for buying the accounts, because I was also paying the money to the ICT, and I was not paying the full amount of money because I was in a partnership with one guy. And then I figure out I figure out something. Then I did some small businesses in offline, and also my family also supported me. And my most important thing, my friends like Noob Trader, he also supported me for a long time. So I got good friends. I was also running the software business back then. So that's why the my family supported me. Otherwise, my family was not going to support about the trading because it is really hard. And the second thing is, you know how the Indian parents are. Okay, guys, we have did the today's. My age is 27 right now. Last November only I started the 27. But I can tell you one thing, bro, that you have to look for the side income, okay? And if you are thinking that you're going to make in a trading, it is really hard. I don't want to promise anyone. You can look for the you can do the back testing, you can do the forward testing, and then you can look for the accounts. Don't burn your money in accounts. Just because someone is making money, that does not mean that you are also in a same shoe. Everyone have a different situation. That's why everyone family is thinking it is gambling until you make a money in online. I tell you, you need to have a job also. If you can get a job because you are going to trade this market in evening. I have done my bachelor and master in IT, so I never did a job, but I also got the rental income from family, and also with the help of business. Uh, I used to do previously. Uh, Bought the house with that money. Going to buy the shop in this upcoming months. It will be the trading money. My plan is to have a real estate properties. I don't want it to invest in most of the money in a mutual funds because I don't know how the India is going to grow their economy, markets. I don't do the long term. I really don't trust because I have flipped the properties. I have flipped the one property. That's why I have a good experience in a property. Okay, guys, I'm going to close the live stream. It is the 10:30. Okay, and don't trade right now because we have taken out the multiple buy side liquidity. We also rebalance to the fair value gap, and this is the Friday, so we are going to close the weekly candle. So keep in mind there will be the day next week. You can look for a trade. Okay, bye bye, guys, and take care. And hit the like button if you really like the live stream. Thank you very much. Bye bye.